Before we get into the story, I want you to imagine something for a second. You're alone in your apartment. Everything is quiet. Nothing seems out of place. But what if someone was already inside and you just didn't know it yet? Tonight's story is one of those cases that starts small, just a few strange details, and slowly turns into something much darker. So if you enjoy true crime stories that build suspense and leave you thinking long after they're over, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more stories like this. Now, let's get into it. If you found an apartment that was way cheaper than everything else, you'd probably take it. Most people would. Because when you're stressed, running out of time, and everything else is out of your budget, you don't question good luck, you accept it. And that's exactly what Liam Torres did in early 2024. He thought he found a deal. Instead, he moved into someone else's secret. Liam was 27, working as a graphic designer, and needed a place fast. After weeks of searching, he came across a basement unit in a quiet neighborhood. The photos looked fine. Nothing special, but clean enough. The price, though, didn't make sense. It was far below anything else in the area. He messaged the listing. The landlord replied almost immediately. Still available. Can show tomorrow. The next day, Liam met the landlord outside an older house. The man was friendly. A little too eager, maybe, but nothing alarming. Inside, the apartment was exactly what the photos showed: low ceilings, narrow windows, slight smell of age, but everything worked. The kitchen was usable. The bathroom was clean. It wasn't perfect, but for that price, it didn't need to be. Liam asked why it was so cheap. The landlord paused briefly, then said, "Last tenant left suddenly. I just want someone in here." That was all. Liam didn't push further. He signed the lease the next day. Move in was simple: a mattress, a table, a few boxes. That night, Liam stayed up late unpacking. Around 1:30 a.m., he turned off the lights and went to sleep. At some point, he woke up. No sound, no clear reason, just awake, and with a strange feeling, like someone had been in the room. He sat up, listened, nothing. After a few minutes, he lay back down, told himself it was just the new place. Over the next few days, small things started happening. Nothing major, just details that didn't quite make sense. A cupboard left open when he was sure he had closed it. His phone charger slightly moved. The bathroom light on in the morning. Each time he explained it away. Forgetting, distraction, being tired, but it kept happening. And slowly it started to bother him. A few nights later, Liam got a message. Unknown number, 3 words. Are you alone? No name, no follow up. He assumed it was spam and deleted it. But that night, he checked the lock on his door. A few nights later, Liam woke up again. This time, it wasn't a feeling, it was a sound, a slow dragging noise, like something being pulled across the floor. He stayed still, listened. It came again, above him, which didn't make sense, because the landlord had said the unit upstairs was empty. The next day, Liam asked, "Is someone living upstairs?" The landlord shook his head immediately. "No, it's empty. Too fast. Too certain." Liam didn't argue, but something wasn't right. That night, Liam started checking everything: windows, locked, door, secure. Then he looked at the hallway closet. It was mostly empty, except for a few old shelves, but something felt off. He moved the shelves aside and found it: a panel in the wall, painted over but not sealed. He pried it open. Behind it was a narrow, dark crawl space. He turned on his phone flashlight and looked inside. At first, nothing, and found it. A panel in the wall, painted over, but not sealed. He pried it open. Behind it was a narrow, dark crawl space. He turned on his phone flashlight and looked inside. At first, nothing. Then, a blanket, a pillow, food wrappers, water bottles, an extension cord running deeper into the wall. Someone had been living there. Not before he moved in, while he was there, watching him, moving through the apartment when he wasn't aware. Liam backed away slowly, closed the panel, and called the police. Officers arrived and searched the crawl space. At first, it looked empty. Whoever had been there was gone. Closed the panel and called the police. Officers arrived and searched the crawl space. At first, it looked empty. Whoever had been there was gone, but they found belongings, clothes, food, and an ID. The ID belonged to Daniel Reyes, and that name meant something, because Daniel Reyes had lived in that apartment. At first, it seemed obvious. A former tenant who never really left, living in the walls. But when police spoke to the landlord, everything changed. Because, according to him, Daniel Reyes never moved out. He had been reported missing. Now the situation was different. This wasn't someone hiding. This was someone replacing. Police went back into the crawl space and found something else. He had been reported missing. Now the situation was different. This wasn't someone hiding. This was someone replacing. Police went back into the crawl space and found something else. A second access point leading into another unit. That unit wasn't empty. It was occupied by a man who had lived in the building for over a year. Quiet, kept to himself, never caused problems. Inside, police found evidence linking him to the crawl space and to Daniel Reyes. Clothing, personal belongings, signs that he had been moving between the spaces, watching, waiting, living in both worlds. The man was arrested, charged, watching, waiting, living in both worlds. The man was arrested, charged, but many details were never fully released. And Liam, he moved out immediately, because even with answers, one thought stayed with him. For weeks, someone had been inside his home, not breaking in, not sneaking around, just already there. And the worst part, if he hadn't noticed the small things, he might have never known. And that's what makes this case so unsettling. Not just what happened, but how easily it could have gone unnoticed. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. I really appreciate you spending your time here. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It genuinely helps more than you think and lets me keep bringing you more stories like this. And let me know in the comments, what would you have done in that situation? Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.